What's up, buddy? What's up, Blake? What's up, TV? What's up, Kispe? What's up, Glenn? What's good, Dre? What's good, Mir? Yeah, Serge, I would. I mean, I wouldn't just full port market open, but just take your next trade and risk the rest. Risk the rest. Today's what, Wednesday? We shall stay on the 30-minute chart for now. This is good. Yeah, I have enough room. Good, keep going. What's good, guys? What's up, boys? I'm good, man. I'm good. Another age rage around AM. It's possible, man. Unfortunately, it's possible, but we shall see. But I must perform my daily outlook. Bias. I mean, daily bias is definitely neutral. We're gonna be focusing on intraday stuff. Do you use Mondays first? I personally don't, but you definitely can. To be honest, I'm also kind of neutral because I mean, we're already at -2 standard deviation of Asian range. So I mean, how much lower can we really go? But I mean, we'll see. Midnight open refers to midnight opening price, so 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And New York Kill Zone open, so NYKO is 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's when it's when the algorithm starts usually to spool in the New York session. All right, I have my intraday buy. I mean, I have my daily outlook in play, and we will cover it. What time is it? 9:19. We'll give it some time. I don't full port, bro. Why did you asking me the full port, man? Who's we exactly, bro? You're good, bro. I'm just playing with you. All right. The Lori's good, Glenn. The price is already taken out weekly high, so could be looking for a weekly low. Previous week's low, you mean? I don't know about that one. You mean the current week's high, like Monday? It looks like we're going towards Monday low. I mean, I'll say that in the greens. It does look as if the order flow is reaching for this Monday sell side. There's a couple red flags, but we'll discuss shortly. Just say hi to everyone and stuff. What's good, Ben? Daily OB is rejecting this. I mean, yeah, but it's all about the sponsorship, right? We didn't come up all the way here just so Smart Money could sell at this OB. I mean, I don't think that makes sense. So surprised Python Monte got to equal highs yesterday. Really sure what you're referring to, but brother, I'm minus 1250 drawdown on a 50K, and the account closed on 5 June 9 days left. Can I make it to 4,200? Yeah, brother. Honestly, I'd be honest with you. 2 more trades, risk 600 each, and go for it, bro. Try to risk 600, and just go for it. 2R. You're gonna need a couple wins. Yeah, but I mean, Lord, if you're gonna follow that, then why trade on this OB or this one or this one? If anything, we want to use these on the buy side of the curve now. That order flow is bullish. Treating this OB, using it on the other side. Why is price not put the daily premium to be on your charts? Why is price not? This is just a potential target for me. Are you bullish or bearish for the day? We're gonna have to focus on intraday bias today. Okay, we'll do the daily outlook. Today, the daily chart is not clear. I favor expansion higher this week, but I do not know whether this daily candle is going to be bullish or bearish. So there's nothing clean for me on the daily chart right now. There's nothing at all. We're in consolidation. We might stay in consolidation, and I don't know how long we're going to stay in consolidation for. So what do I do when the daily chart's not clear? Well, I do the same thing every time. I look at the intraday chart. So, I mean, let's just go to the 4 hour for now. Again, 4 hours also not clear. We're in consolidation. We've inverted this, but we're respecting this. So we're stuck between two PD arrays, discount and premium. This is what we call neutral order flow. Hourly chart. Again, we're still range bound. I see this discount bullish fair value gap at -2 standard deviations of Asian range. I like this fair value gap potentially holding, and you know what? Let me actually put that in my daily outlook. The daily low right now aligns with -2 standard deviations of Asian range, which is inside H1. So I'm talking about this fair value gap. The only thing I don't like about this fair value gap is how low we've already traded into it. But the low of it's also inside the daily bullish fair value gap. So we don't have to take Monday's low. Either way, there's kind of two likely scenarios for me. We take out this low and we get some sort of intraday reversal. Or we take out Monday's low and get some sort of intraday reversal. If we take out Monday's low, and that's probably a short I would look to participate in, if we show signs that we're taking Monday's low. So we can look for that. If it's not showing us signs that we're going to take out Monday's low, then we look for that intraday reversal idea. So we're going to have to focus on that. That's going to be our main focus for today. and we have to just go based on that. But yeah, we've already expanded, like we've already exhausted quite a bit, and we have really nice equal highs right here. Previous day London high. So we'll just have to go based off that. I mean, we don't have any other choice. It's the highest probability. It looks like we will take at least this low here, and I wouldn't mind the reversal from it. I think it's possible personally. I do think it's possible because it is from the daily fair value gap and this discount array. And it's -2 standard deviations of Asia, which is pretty extreme of a move already. Mark that out, and we'll keep Monday's low marked out for now. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan for today. Risk 1%. And you know, I don't need this daily BISI marked out. We can mark it out, but I don't need it on this time frame. You guys know that if you want to show something only on the daily chart, so you can like cover it. So if I take this off the minutes, I can go to the hourly and still see it, or the daily. But when I go to the 1 minute, it's not there. So I just recently started doing that. It's actually really nice. Do you think your long-term investment in stocks may distort your view on the market? Like, do you try your best to make a valid case for the market to look bullish because your stocks increase? No. I've been doing the stock things for a while, and the market is simply bullish. I've been getting buys the same way for like a year and a half now. My methods of getting buys are very simple, and it's very what's it called, like subjective now. I don't think I'm persuaded. Maybe when I first started, but even then I don't think so, to be honest. It's just classic stuff. I mean, we don't have manipulation above midnight open. We are at -2 standard deviations of Asian range. We're still inside that daily bullish, and the daily chart is still bullish, you know? The only thing is we could potentially consolidate. That's all. But there's not much room for shorts, is what I'm trying to say. I don't really want to be shorting today. In my opinion, there's just not much room left for this to go lower. Maybe this low, but that's kind of it. There's just not much left. We've already exhausted lower pretty significantly. And remember, we don't even have a high above midnight opening. So keep that in mind. One hour break. I don't look at hourly breakers. But yeah, I believe in you. Honestly, there's a pretty decent chance that the morning session is also choppy, if I'm being honest. It's been choppy the last couple of days, and we have a pretty decent move overnight. I mean, not much, but Asia and London will move lower. But usually, then you get a reversal. But we'll see. So 1 minute till market open. We'll mark out that opening range gap. Friendly pump for the next month. Yeah, man, I really hope we don't get no January, February. Yo, I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. But you guys, I don't know. Maybe you guys let me know if anyone here is like actually traded or backtested a lot. There were people, I mean, there was a good amount of people yesterday, like influencers, great traders, but they were saying like that price action from yesterday's morning was like the worst they've almost ever seen. And I just don't think that's like true. Like I feel like I've seen this so many times. Like it's difficult, but I feel like I've just seen it so many times. Like did they were they not trading like like I don't remember the months exactly, but I'm gonna be honest, like I feel like I've seen way worse so many times. You know? And I'm just trying to think like did these guys I'm not trying to say anything. I don't know. I don't know if it was just for content purposes, but like I've seen like terrible, like we're talking like this for like just hours. It happens sometimes. So I don't know. I just thought that was pretty surprising that everyone thought it was the worst. But I guess to each their own. Maybe they weren't trading. It is something insightful for you guys to study though, because there's worse price action. You know, never get too complacent with the price action. It can be bad sometimes. You know. Anyways, as always, let's mark out our opening range gap. It actually aligns right with new week opening gap. I'm not gonna mark it out. Just know that full gap closure. Well, your opening range gap is pretty much exactly the same as your new week opening gap. Interesting. Yeah, it was difficult. That's what I was thinking too. So you guys are on board, yeah? I mean, I'm not trying to say anything to anyone, but we have another criteria of this being first presentation, being that we're inside a single pass through. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Let's minimize the chat. See, the fact that we're just pumping here right off 930, I mean, that's not what I wanted to see. How am I going to find a high probability reversal if we're just pumping off the open? For those of you who are, you know, I announced in my Discord the other day, I'm going to post a full trading plan of sorts I mean, my full trading plan, including risk management, including, you know, to be honest, I'm just going to mark out the 50% org level. I don't need to mark out every single one. I said I was going to post my full trading plan and such. And I'm working on it. It's almost done. The PDF's almost done. We have a first presentation for value gap. Already starting to take out objectives, man. Like this high resting at 50% org, that would have been a great low hanging fruit objective. We have an SMT. But honestly, we may not make a lower low. If I'm being honest, we just may not. If we put in a swing low here, this is your low of day, to be honest. We gotta stay patient. Like I'm not really open to taking shorts, even though we pumped forward. I kind of want to align with my daily outlook here. And that's being we've simply exhausted lower. I mean, we're at -2 deviations of Asia. We have no manipulation above midnight. We're inside the daily bullish fair value gap. I mean, even if we are range bound, which we are, the fact that we're all the way down in discount just means, again, I don't want to be taking shorts today. So me personally, I don't think I'll be taking shorts. There could be the nicest short play, and it may be like an A+, triple plus, but it's not for me. There's that first objective. Yeah, man, this is just going. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? If we are gonna flip, obviously we have Asia highs, but I even like this previous day London high as a potential final target. We have this high here from London. It's right above midnight opening. It's actually pre-market London, but I don't care. I'm gonna annotate it as London high. Shoot me. I'm not gonna annotate it as pre-market London high. You know what? I'll just call it premium high. How about that? Premium because it's above midnight open. Anyways, we take out the high here. We could potentially see lower. What jumps to my eye right away is this. So this would be a turtle soup setup. I don't trade it. I don't trade turtle soup, but taking out the high inside the imbalance in premium. Could have been a sell criteria right there. I don't mind looking for a protraction model here under the assumption that maybe this is actually your protected low of 930. It's not a high probability one because it didn't manipulate lower. But sometimes when you get a strong displacement like this in one side, you don't even come back here. You know, it's just bullish the entire time. But I want to see a protraction, meaning ideally we put in a bearish fair value gap or something. I don't want to force, like, for example, this order block, which I could, and it wouldn't be breaking any rules. Like if I did something like this, it's just not an A+ trade. So I'm not going to take that as an order block if it forms. Ideally, come lower, put a bearish fair value gap, maybe consolidate, take out the low, get a small CIC or something. 945, maybe 950. Oh, getting pretty sloppy in here. Don't want to participate in anything right now. Just let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. You know what I want to know? You know when you take a trade and that little thing comes up here? How do I get rid of that? I don't want that to show. What is this? Orders maybe? Appearance? Does anyone know? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, hold on. Let me show you what I mean. No, I have to do it here. Okay, guys, do not take this trade. I'm just trying to demonstrate something. This thing right here. How do I get rid of this? No, the arrows are fine. This, I don't want to see this. These. Is it orders? Nope, it's not orders. It's executions? No. No, it's not execute. I'm okay with the arrows. No, it's this thing. Why does this thing have to come up? Rejection only? Ah, my hero. So it's this one. Okay, thank you, man, because that was really annoying. Alright, let's reset this. Obviously, by the way, this is not my real account. I would never do that on a real account. I trade on my second monitor, as always. Alright, that's good. That would always be there? Well, no, there you go. We got rid of it. Like I said, so right now my idea is looking for a protraction model. On the premise that this could potentially be, now I don't know for sure, but if we form an intermediate term low, then I can view this as potentially your 930 candle low. And that would basically just say that this is your long-term low, intermediate term low, depending on disclosure. So that's kind of the idea I'm following with right now. My eyes go to midnight opening price and this high right here. And that's what I'm looking for, you know? I don't want to take any order block off this range. I think that's too premium of an entry. So I'm going to let that model go. So right now, for example, if I wanted to, I could buy this order block. I wouldn't be breaking any rules. And this would be the trade. but it's not a good trade. It's too far in premium. We just took out the highs. No imbalances, pretty choppy. It's 9:40. It's not really a good time. You know, ideally 9:45, new 15-minute candle or 9:50 macro. So I want to see a nice high probability protraction model form with speed, with a nice inversion level. There's also a short-term SMT here. So you gonna trade in demo? No, I'm gonna trade my accounts too. If we take a trade, I mean. Guys, is it okay to not use opening range gaps? Yeah, you don't have to use it, bro. To each their own. How do you get rid of the arrows? I personally like the arrows. It's the executions. I like the arrows though, but yeah, you don't need them. I mean, I only like the arrows because, you know, I'm streaming, so I want the recording to have the arrows so people can see where I'm partialing and such. Now, if you're bearish, I'm not personally looking for shorts, but if you are bearish, this would actually meet criteria for me for a reversal model short, assuming you had a draw, let's say this low, for example. But like I said, I'm not bearish, but technically this is a CISD, and you would have been stopped out right there if you took it. So, good thing we didn't take it. I'm just waiting. I want to see this dive lower, maybe take out this low. I want this to go. You got any idea why TradingView only shows new? Yes, because you have regular trading hours on, brother. You have to put on electronic trading hours. So the bottom right of your TradingView screen, it says RTH. Switch it to ETH. Why not take this trade? The bullish order block. It's too far in premium. Lack of imbalances. I don't like the fact that it's 9:42. A little bit too early. Did you get any payout with Apex? No, I don't trade Apex. How come you're reading chat? You're right, I shouldn't be. I just got bored, to be honest. Alright, you guys know the drill. We're going to minimize chat and lock in here. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Discord or ask them later. But we got to stay focused. I don't want to fall victim to reading chat while I'm trading and then get distracted. So still on the premise that potentially this is your low of session, 9:30. It's not ideal, but it happens when you get large expansion off the open and you're bullish. So we just sit here and wait for a protraction model. I'm going to scalp potentially other fair value gaps. It's 3-minute 2022 model textbook. Just want to see a nice retracement. I mean, this 10-minute is forming. I don't think we'll get there. It looks like a breakaway. We'll see, man. If it just stays really bullish and doesn't give us a protraction, I mean, it is what it is, right? We just try to follow the rules of the protraction model. Anyways, I am working on that PDF and video. I gotta finish the PDF first, then I can get to the video. But I am working on it. It's gonna be really good, to be honest. It's gonna be really good for those who are interested in exactly how I trade, how I get bias, what do I do when the daily is not clear, how do I risk on eval versus funded, how do I profit, where I put my stop losses, all my entry models, what levels I mark out, all that sort of stuff. So it looks like this protraction model that formed off the order block right here, you know, it would have played out hypothetically. If you guys remember, I said if I wanted to, I opted out, but if I wanted to, we could have taken a trade like this. Entry at the OB, stop at the OB low. But I didn't want to because it was too far up. We just took out buy side. At the time, we had a short-term SMT. And on top of that, I don't know how choppy it was going to get here. So, model forms. Doesn't mean I'm going to take my model every single time it forms. That's not good trading. Looks like we might take our first objective in premium high and midnight open, which kind of sucks. To be honest, we could have taken a long here on a potential classic. Actually, doesn't really meet criteria. Stop at like 50% here. I mean, yeah, it's starting to take out levels that we wanted. I wanted to take out levels that we wanted. This was a very nice objective here. This high right above premium. I mean, right above midnight open. I still like these equal highs. Possible. Because like I said in the outlook, we've kind of already exhausted lower. Although it is bearish going into the day. And one of the things I rely heavily on for intraday bias is just simply the order flow going into the day, which was clearly bearish. But I mean maybe not, right? I mean we have the low here that's put in inside the BISI and discount, and we get the 15-minute CISD, simply a retracement, and then you get your second expansion leg. So I think now we're probably just gonna be bullish for the rest of the session. And like I said, we've already exhausted lower. We already reached like negative 1.5, almost negative 2 standard deviations of Asian range. That's pretty deep, right? We don't have to take Monday's low. We could. It's possible. We've already taken previous day's low. So on the assumption that this is, like I said, your protected low, and usually the protected low, is actually a swing low or manipulates into some level. But in some instances, when you just get quick displacement right above at 9:30 and you're bullish, this happens. It actually happens like 15% of the time, at least in 2023. So it happens. It's not too rare. The protected low gets put in the first 5 minutes, and a lot of it's like 10% of the time. It's like actually just right at 9:30 candle. So there's midnight open first objective. Didn't give us a high probability protraction model. Unfortunately, we could have taken the OB, but yeah, there's -1. So that protraction model fully complete. So I mean, I could journal this as a missed trade, but it's not a missed trade. I mean, we literally called it out. I chose not to take this trade. I don't think it was high probability. A lot of upside potential. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. One day super sideways, the other day is super expansive, but no clean protraction model. You don't want to just get FOMO here and just, try to get in. You just have to wait for your criteria. Looks like we'll take out that first objective. So we'll see once we trade to that premium high. It's going to be quite the SMT divergence. Does it mean I'm bearish? No. Not going to flip bias just because of the SMT, but we did take out that first high. Kind of unfortunate. That's kind of the main trade I wanted to take. And I'm looking back at this and I wonder if I could have made it potentially higher probability. Not really. We do have an SMT there. Putting in that 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We have the 10-minute. We're inside the 950 macro. I mean, I want to see a protraction model, but now it's kind of different because before we started picking out objectives. So we could wait and see. Gotta be patient. Maybe silver bullet idea for a nice easy 1R, 2R trade. YM's a little behind as well. Oh, see, YM actually got the SMT there. Nice. So see, YM actually did take out that low, which is what we were potentially thinking of. YM's really far behind. -3 standard deviations of Asian range. Yeah, man, it doesn't look like we're gonna get an entry. Like, there's a certain point where all my levels are gonna be hit. Pretty much everything we wanted to happen is, well, not everything, but like, we had the idea of that fair value gap holding, right? This one to the left, and it's done so perfectly. We respected this one as well. Just really no entries that are high probability. Besides this order block, I don't really like that entry. There we go in. Full opening range gap closure. Touching the new week opening gap high. Looks like a 6-6er setup. ES might pump up to that premium high we marked out. And we were right about the protected low here. For this move at least. Right, sponsored by that low. We have Asia highs. We have previous day Asia high. I don't know if we're going to get all the way up there, but we'll leave it marked out for now. In terms of a high probability protraction model, it's probably going to have to be this 15. I don't really see anything else that's great. Gonna remove the new week opening gap marker. Don't need that. We'll leave ORCE. They're changing the state of delivery if we close below. Doesn't matter to me though. I'm not bearish, so can't simply look for a short now that we took out the high here. Although there's a lot of good confluences for a short here if you are bearish. A lot of good confluence. We got like 50% Asian range, midnight open, 8:30 open, premium high taken, higher time frame SMT. So if you're bearish, man, this isn't not a bad idea, but it's not for me. It's not for me. I want to see, and ideally the 15-minute here. That's probably the best we can get. It lines with the order block, the breaker. You could view this as a mitigation block. Low, high, higher low, higher high. It's a mitigation. SMT with YM here, by the way. So yeah, I guess this 15 is probably the best we can get. If we get the 15 here, we can look for a long. If not, it might be really tough to get a good long, targeting Asia highs and such. Really bullish. Yeah, I mean, we just gotta wait. Nothing we can do. Simply just gotta wait. If we get the 15, we find a continuation to Asia high, maybe previous day London high. I like this objective the most. Because of these equal highs and this SIBI here. I'm just gonna label this London high. It's not technically London in London session, but I don't care. It's close enough, and it has the same relevance to me. So just for simplicity's sake, you can mark it as pre-market Frankfurt. Two minutes for the 15. Also 10 a.m. open, which we'll mark out in this case. Why do I have a 10 a.m. here? Hard to say whether or not we actually get expansion all the way up there as well, but I think so. After taking previous day's low, this area right here. So if we're looking at this range, this area here is nice. Obviously, we have to make the argument that we are potentially wrong. I mean, in which case we probably won't form the protraction model, so we don't have to worry about being wrong. Just wait and see if the model forms. 1 minute for the 15. And seconds. And there's crude oil at 10:30. So why is crude oil a yellow folder? Usually crude oil is better, but okay. There's 10 a.m. open. We have a 15-minute bullish for value gap under us. I'd want to see that. I would want to see it seek that. I know there's a volume imbalance in the 15, but I'm not going to annotate it. Actually, I'm not going to annotate it at all, to be honest, because I want to actually see it take out the low, which is right here. So we'll just leave it annotated as so. So just want to see it move below 10 a.m. into the fair value gap, and then maybe a protraction model higher. I'm hoping that it doesn't give us a protraction model. You know, usually the model protects you if you're wrong. I don't want to see my model form if we're not going to make a higher high. So we'll see. This fair value gap here could actually hold. We're on the 2-minute right now. This fair value gap here could actually hold. That's in the upper portion of the 15, right? So I really like this 2-minute one, if I'm being honest. Even this 10-minute one is potentially playing out. I do want to kind of wait though. Of course. London has taken on ES there. Like every day we're like perfectly right and we just cannot find a nice entry. But you gotta stay patient with the markets, man. You gotta stay patient. What was that candle? I don't know, guys. Probably volatility spike. I don't know. Maybe. I don't see anything significant. So you just lost your account. Bro, my account blew. Did you guys short? Yeah. I guess you guys probably shorted, and you got. Did you guys short and get slipped all the way up? Oh, did you guys short and you guys got slipped all the way? Oh, that's painful. Yeah, it happens, guys. It does happen. Unfortunately. How could I not short there, man? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's not the best short. I'm gonna be honest. But aside from that, I don't want to talk shit on anyone's model or anything. It's unfortunate, right? That was a very slippage. I don't see any news. All I'm saying is my model didn't form for shorts. It failed here. Took too long. It should have CISD'd right there. But I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with getting stopped. Obviously, if you get slipped like this on some, I don't know what happened there, crazy candle or something, manipulated ass market, bro. What's up, Garrett? Yeah, I want the same thing. 487, I'm guessing you're talking about. That's what I'm looking for. It's not giving me anything right now. I need to see a retracement. It took 2R from me with the fat candle. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It happens, guys. It happens. You're still in longs? Nice, Ryan. Which news? I don't know. Why is your bias bullish? My bias is bullish for many reasons. One, we've already exhausted -2 standard deviations of Asian range. We have an SMT here with YM at that level. And going into the day, you know, I actually said that we're actually looking bearish, but we're actually looking bullish. Going into the morning session, we've already had the 15-minute breaker and the change in the state. We get a retracement going into 930, which makes sense why we see 930 pump. We already retraced lower. And there's an SMT here with YM, and we've already exhausted lower with the Asian range, and we're inside the daily bullish fair value gap. So there's really good, you know, even if we are range bound, it still makes sense to go higher from exactly right there, you know, which is why I said this is probably a protected low. I tried to find a protraction model. There wasn't really anything, and we're still looking for one because I still think we can go higher. Drawn liquidity, I really like these equal highs. I really like these equal highs. Just because they're just way too smooth. And it's above Asian range by like 0.5. So if we're going to explain both sides. If you explain it, you feel so dumb. No need to feel dumb, bro. It's just experience. I've literally explained it to myself for like almost 2 years now. I've done the same thing in backtest. So 4-hour candle opening. I'm going to be honest. Probably some random news thing just happened. Do you trade now? I mean, I don't mind. I'm out of form. I'm just waiting. Someone told me there was like economic juice or something. What was that? Financial juice. That's what it is. Let me go check financial juice, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything. It was probably I don't know, a tweet maybe, or maybe just spike at 10. After the losses from yesterday and the weekly count at minus. I feel you, JP. It's been tough for me too, bro. To be honest, it's been tough for me. Trump speaking? I don't think Trump's speaking. What's up, Michael? Is it worth staying on? If you have to ask that question, probably not, bro. But I'm gonna be staying on. I don't know what was at 10 a.m., guys. It's 10:01. I don't know what it was. Guys, it was so obviously the 50% of this wick. I mean, the 25%, bro. Come on, man. It's literally so obvious. No, I'm joking. I don't know what that was. Maybe a tweet or something. EU trade deal. Nice. I mean, doesn't matter to me. AMD's pumping. That's all that matters to me. We'll take it. It was probably something from the White House. Yeah, if they announced a trade deal or something. Just tariff markets. Tariff markets. Gonna sit here and wait for a protraction model. Yep, better get used to it, yeah. The SMT is with YM. Believe me or not, I was explaining that to myself that a candle like that should happen about 4 minutes before. It's all you, bro. We may not get the 15 here. You know, I did trade into the volume imbalance of the 15, even though it's not really an entry here. Now, you could technically enter here. Because there is an inversion. We did take out a short-term low. It's just not A+. Be a clear move lower, clear move higher. On the 10-minute, it looks so obvious that it's going to go higher, but I don't want to be too aggressive. Just wait. Better to wait than be sorry. The criteria is there. Criteria is there. We got the inversion level. We got the OB. Ignore this wick. Focus on the body. But let's just wait. I'm gonna wait. believe in you, Garrett. Best case scenario, we take out these lows and get an inversion level out of it. Yeah, you can do that, Z. But are you trading futures or Forex? Are you trading with prop firms? I like you, Garrett. I feel like we think alike. Go down the 15-minute, make a CNC would be nice for longs. Yeah, I saw the 15-minute FG was my initial idea as well, so I'm staying patient. We have a nice target now. And if we dump lower, you know where the stops are going. Right, so that would be a nice inducement idea. And we get below midnight, just a little bit of a discount. Great place to accumulate longs. No, I'm not gonna take any shorts today. I don't see it. It's up to you, Kispe. Whatever you favor. It's all about your mismanagement, what you're willing to lose. Me personally, I don't think I'm at the stage where I want to buy like 10 evals and just copy trade them all. It's just like, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not even the best at trading evals. I don't like risking 1% on a trade. It's just not my style, man. I like to scale into my winners. I like to risk less and scale in, which you can still do, but I'm just way better on a funded. Why did price push off market open? It was time for distribution of the daily candle. That is why. Your daily Po3 range expansion. Do you watch YM always? No. I just glance like every 30 minutes. Anytime we're at a key level, I'll glance at YM. I'm gonna have to be patient here for a setup. So, who is your prop firm? I use Alpha and Top Step right now. There is a high time for S&P. Asia high is here. We didn't take it. Maybe on the micro, but not on the mini. Consistency on my phone in future. It depends what account you get. What is your target today? 487. You work with crypto? Nah. I'll answer some questions here for a bit as we just simply wait for the 15, see if it gets touched. So if you have questions, you may ask. But once I start seeing this trade lower, we'll go into my chat again. Yeah, just want to see this go lower. The requirement, there is no requirement. You just have to pass multiple accounts. Green area I marked as a busy. Buy side and bounce. I want to see this come like right here. This black line. Gonna be patient for that. We got it into here. I got an inversion like here. You trade indices instead of futures? What? They're both indices, bro. But I'm guessing you trade CFDs. Is what you mean to say? Yeah, you can copy trade on forex. My model presented itself at 9:25, or should I wait for 9:30? Brother, if there's no time component to your model, then I don't think you know your model. You shouldn't have to ask that question. You should know when you look for your model. Or maybe your model doesn't have a time restraint, right? Maybe you can take it whenever. That's okay. Then you already know the answer to that. But if you have to ask me, can I take my model before 9:30? Brother, that's not your model. I don't think you don't know exactly what you're looking for and when. You got to know when your model forms, when it's likely to play out, when it's not likely to play out, you know? Yeah, I do clap soon. It's a really weak CISD. There's a 15-minute bullish fair value gap right below it. So shorting this CISD is really, really risky. There's a 15 right there. Very bullish order flow going into 9:30. You don't want to try to pick the top, you know? Try to avoid. You got to be patient in those setups. It's not even the best CISD because we failed to get it here, small retracement, and then we got it after. If you go to the 2-minute, we didn't even get one, like not even close. Same with the other time frame. So it's like a really, really red flag of a CISD. There isn't really any confirmation here. I mean, besides the fact that we took London highs but if we can just get lower, we might have to wait till 10:30. Since we're consolidating here, I hope we keep consolidating here. But in which case, we might get delayed till 10:50. So this. Like the CISD has to align with my bias. I don't even care about a CISD here. I could see a breaker with an SMT and a strong CISD. I don't care what I see at this level. I'm not looking for shorts. I'm going to sit here and wait for a protraction. That's high probability. And if I still have a draw for higher, I'll take it. I think we're going to seek and destroy for the entire hour as possible. Equal highs though? Question mark? But I don't understand the question. In which time frame should we look for the CISD confirmation except 1 minute? It doesn't matter what time frame you look for. It matters everything around it. The reason I said why you can't trust this one, it's not because it's on the 1 minute. It's because it took after the candle printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes to form. Right? There's no imbalance. It's pretty sideways. There's the fact that we have bullish order flow the entire session. We have a 15-minute bullish fair value gap right under that level. And we have and I don't know if you guys agree, but for me it's quite obvious. Quite obvious, targets higher on the daily and intraday. So why did I say don't trust the CISD? You don't even see it on any other time frame. So that's a red flag. But that's not the reason you can't trust it. It's everything else. How's life? Life's good, man. Life's good. 10 more minutes till 10:30. We'll have to frame my trade idea around that candle. So we're gonna have to wait. Just gotta know when your model's more likely to pan out, and that's me waiting for 10:30. So we shall wait. PA nearly put me to sleep. It's tough, yeah. Are you long or short? I'm not in any trades. I'm trying to find a long continuation model of mine. Why was AMD up like $1.15 and now it's up 70 cents? But we literally only went up. You a soccer fan? Thoughts on UCL? Go Barcelona, bro. Go Barcelona. My Fibonacci settings? For which? For what exactly? I have multiple Fibonacci settings. For my fib retracement? Yeah, I mean you could take this inversion. It's not a rule break for me, but it's just not. It's not my trade, man. I've been patient. We took out the low. We got the inversion level here. If you wanted to, doesn't break any rules. It's not my trade though. The risk to reward on a trade like this. Not bad risk to reward either. Could even get a layer like 2.7. It's really tight stops though. It's not mine, man, unfortunately. Is Monday low strong though? Yeah. Barcelona's out. Why is everyone hating on me, bro? Why is first presentation FG so significant? I would just watch my video on it, brother. I would watch my video on it if you want to learn about it. You don't have to, but if you want to. I would love to see this just fail right now, like before my eyes. I don't know if it will or not, but I would love to see it just like, you know. I already have videos on standard deviations. All my models have a standard deviation component to it. I don't know if I've talked about it on my YouTube channel though. I don't know. But it only pertains to my model. So if you don't trade my model, then it doesn't really matter. Takes on Canada being the 51st state. I wouldn't mind, bro. I would move my ass straight to the US. Some nice state with nice houses on the countryside or some shit, bro. Become a cowboy or something. Nah, I'm joking. But like, I don't know. Houston or Dallas. Houston, Dallas, Austin. Probably somewhere there. I would just go. Get a nice ass house for cheap. Trading Empire? That's what I'm saying. OB counts liquidity. OB is an internal range liquidity. Their reinverses the fair value gap, I believe. 5 minutes till 10:30, or Habibi, go to Dubai. Waiting for 10:30 here. What do you think about the people who top and bottom take? Do you think it's a sustainable model or a fluke? You can do it. It's just you're gonna lose a lot, you know? You're gonna lose a lot. I promise you they lose a lot too. Well, I mean, depends on the model. What are my thoughts? I mean, if it's their model, that's all that matters. As long as you know what you're looking for and you trust it, it really doesn't matter, man. Nothing else matters. No one can tell you otherwise. Doesn't matter what the entire world thinks. I will say though, with prop firms, you already have less money to work with. So you probably want to find a strategy with a higher win rate and lower risk to reward. So with higher win rate. You know your model's win rate? Of course, it's like 60. If we're talking about daily win percentage. I usually fluctuate around 60. Good months, I can get up to 70, 80. Bad months, 40. So obviously there's fluctuation. It really depends on how I trade the model. My model is not mechanical, you know, so it's hard to tell you if you take my model, every time. What I can say though, this is what I can say about my model. If you have the right drawn liquidity and the market is going to expand, notice those two criteria. If you have the right draw and the market is not going to be range bound, my 930 Po3 model has over an 80% win rate. But notice those two criteria. That's the most important part, right? I mean, obviously, right? And then that's not me like flexing or anything. I mean, if you know where it's gonna go, and you know that it's gonna go, come on, I mean, you should have a pretty high win rate. That's like everything you need. So that's my edge, right? That's my edge. The ability to know where it's gonna go and when. Not your model, it's Michael's. I don't think Michael ever taught a 930 power of 3. But it is his power of 3. Although I use it differently. But if you want to get into that stuff, well then technically it's not Michael's power of 3, it's Larry Williams' power of 3. Just saying, if you're gonna say it's Michael's power of 3, well then you gotta say it's Gatie's power of 3 then too. Because I took ICT's power of 3 and made it my own. You know? The way I trade power of 3, it's not the same way ICT does. Although there's some similarities. The same thing with how it was with Larry Williams. And we got an SMT at the 15-minute, so I like this. It's a little bit early for me. We got the SMT at the 15-minute fair value gap. Let's see if ES gives us that inversion level. I mean, I'd have to see when we got the OB. Just a little bit skeptical about this trade. I didn't want to see an SMT there. I wanted to see it get taken. Were you bearish today? Nope. I've been bullish since 9. I've been bullish the entire day. First thing I said today was I'm not gonna look for any shorts. I mean, if we get the 2-minute, I guess we can take it off the 2. It's probably the best. There'll also be the reclaimed fair value gap. So if we get closure on the 2, which we didn't, yeah, I want to see this go lower. I still want to see it go lower. It would just be higher probability for me. We have 2 minutes until 10:30. Yes. Come lower. Come lower for me. What is YM doing, bro? Hey, yo. Bro's talking dirty candles? What are you guys talking about, man? Pause? Bro, what's going on? What are you guys talking about, man? What did I even say? What I said come lower for me? It's not even weird, man. I just wanted to take out this low. That's it. That's all. I like this consolidation, man. I like it. Give me all this time distortion. Take out the low. We saw the lip bite. Okay, bro. That's what I want. The magnet pick. SMT on that low. There is SMT there, but I would still prefer take out the low. Yeah, bro. Honestly, bro, there was a lot of fouls that Shea got that should not have been, in my opinion, bro. That's just me. Right. 10:30. Like they were calling every single little like breath on him, bro. All right, 10:30. Very simple idea. 10:30 candle. If we can get something like this, we can get a high probability long. That's all. If it doesn't happen at 10:30, we'll wait for 10:50 macro. If we take out these highs, I'm gonna call it a session. Gatie versus Moore trades boxing. Honestly, bro, I'm not that best of a boxer. I took like 2 or 3 classes once. Took one like Muay Thai class once, or no, Jiu-Jitsu or something. And that's it, bro. I'm not the best boxer, to be honest. I'll play him in ball, though. I know he plays ball. I want to see this wick. I want to see a wick here. FAG. I don't change my first presentation annotation. It's been the same for me ever since I first learned it. It's been the same for me ever since I back tested it over 500 times. I'd probably say, probably more, but just for guarantee's sake. So I don't change it. It's always the same. It's always the first RTH fair value gap on the 1 minute. That's how I use it. Simple. ICT recently posted a video saying there are scenarios where you can use this one. It's not mine. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I've already done my due diligence. If we can just get a move lower here. I don't mind all this distortion if we get a move lower now. I don't want to have to wait till 10:50. Read my question. Bro, on the 1 hour time frame, can we pull the fib from 6 a.m. low to 10 a.m. high? No, this range is expanding. You can't look at this range. You also wouldn't put it at 6 a.m. low. You're not going to put it at 6 a.m. low because you know this low is not going to get taken. This is not the range you're working with. When you're looking for a discount for a trade idea, right, you want to look at the range at the low that's most definitive. So this one, right? But if you're looking for a premium and discount, you got to look for it like this. So for example, either you go on the 15, this is your dealing range, or you do it like this, which is also fine. I'm more focused on this range. This is your not opening range. I mean, really it's this, but whatever. It could just come a little bit lower, man. This tool, this is a GAN box tool. It's right here. You have to change the settings. Shorts 5 minutes. I'm not bearish. I'm not taking any shorts today. You can though. You don't have to. You can trust yourself. What time is PM? Starts at 1:30. But I expect to move here during lunch, assuming we stay sideways. Options and futures, similar. It's just the contract is different. Also options expiration. Well, like options rely more heavily on the aspect of time. The expirations, it expires over time. Like it depreciates because data and there's the Greeks that you have to look into, the 4 Greeks. If you're day trading though, there's not much of a big difference. You just buy, I think, same day expiration, and you trade it. Zero DTEs. Zero TTEs, 0 days to like, so you're day trading it, right? Yeah, that's what I would do too. ICT's 30-second model. I don't know what ICT's 30-second model is, but if you're talking about his price delivery continuum theory, then yeah. Why you gone quiet? I'm assuming you're talking to someone else, so you can continue that conversation. You can change catch case mode, though small change like 40 plus 81% my contract. Yeah, I know. It's really explosive. Yeah, looks like it might wait till 10:50. Who is the greatest trader in your opinion? of all time. We're doing an all-time list here. I feel like I'd have to say Larry Williams, bro. I mean, he holds the record for Robin's Cup. He's the most verified. Yeah, exactly, bro. Larry is Jordan and ICT is LeBron. I guess that's kind of true. ICT still has that sketch component to him. Why is there a random big candle there, bro? Warren Buffett. Yeah, he's up there. Definitely Justin Wheeling. I like Justin Wheeling. He's a good guy, bro. He's transparent. He knows his model. I'll have to wait till 10:50 here, guys. So it doesn't look like it's gonna form yet. Someone asked me a question earlier. What was it? I missed the question. Oh, someone said I hesitate to take trades that follow my plan. You don't trust your plan, bro. Simple answer to that one. You simply don't trust it. Imagine a genie came up to you and said, "Yo, follow your model, 50 trades. You're gonna pass an account and get a payout." Would you do it? Yeah, you would, because the genie told you, and you trust the genie because he can see in the future. But yet, come the time to actually do it, you can't do it. You end up taking trades and you hesitate on trades that are actually within your model's logic. Why? It's simple. You don't trust it. You simply do not trust your model. You have not, tested it enough or taken enough wins with it. Forever model definitely working. For anyone who's saying like the model's not working, it's not the model, man. The model is not supposed to work every single day, every single time. The model is supposed to give you an edge, and you're supposed to figure out how you can exploit it. Forever model, yeah, I don't know what his Justin Wheeling's model is, but when someone just says like, "Oh man, his model's not been working these days," you're a model hopper, bro. It's never gonna work for you. You gotta pick one and just stick to it. You have to know when it works and when it doesn't. You know, that's every model. There's no model that just works every time. You just have to know when it works, when it doesn't. Take it when it's more likely to work. You're profitable. That's it. It's that simple. Does silver bullet work without bias? You can, but that's not how I trade it. You don't need daily bias, but you need to know where you think it's gonna go. In my opinion, I think most people think their model hasn't been working because the market's been rough. Yeah, that's why you got to get through those times. And honestly, that's a big part of it. The reason I strategy hopped so much is because I would lose repeatedly for like a week, and I'd be like, man, like the fact that this model is not getting me through this week, it's not you, man. The market's not gonna always be clean. You just have to stick through it. You have to stick through it. Power 3 is my model. Watch JCal Silver Bullet video. It has every criteria for the model to work. Sure. Did you trade? No trades. Did you prefer high win rate model or higher RR model? On fundeds, I would trade with higher win rate, lower risk to reward. You stick with the PO3. That's what I trade, man. 930 PO3. What fundeds do you have? I use Top Step and Alpha. Ever since I got my live account, PA has gotten worse. My psychology feels fine. I'm not emotional at all. Well done, bro. What do you use first presentation for? It helps me gauge the order flow. I can also use it as an entry model for my classic, but that didn't form today. How do you identify PO3? If you want to learn my PO3 model, it's all on my YouTube for free. There's no point in me trying to explain it all here. You don't use 10 a.m. PO3. I use 10 a.m. PO3 as an intermediate PO3 inside the 9:30 4-hour candle. I don't look at 10 a.m. I'm not looking for accumulation, manipulation, distribution at 10 a.m. I'm not looking for that. How can I join gems? Message me on Discord. I don't want to talk about it on live stream. Did you find trade today? No trades yet, but I'm still waiting to see if my model forms a protraction. P3 after 9 a.m. isn't realistic. You don't know my model. Everyone talks about the 4-hour P3, but about lower. Yeah, you can find it every hour, every 15 minutes. What I think will happen in the macro. I don't need to try and predict what's going to happen in the macro. I'm going to wait and see if it gives me these lows, the 15-minute foot value gap, and we get an inversion level out of it or a CIST, I go long. If not, I sit out or I trade PM session or another day. How many funded accounts do you have? I have 4 accounts right now. What time do you trade? 9:30 to 11. Sometimes 11:30. No predictions, only reactions. Yeah, just wait for something to happen. Looking for CMD. I guess it is another CMD, bro. Another 10:30 CMD. I passed phase 1, but now I'm freaking out to phase 2. Why are you freaking out, bro? Are 1M funded? I don't know what 1M funded means. What is CMV? It's just a joke. Just looking for a 10:30 PO3 idea here. A continuation of 9:30 candle. I've never gotten a max payout. And I don't do max payouts. No, I take my payouts as pretty legible as possible. Did you buy your funded or pass evals? Did you buy your funded? Oh, I pass evals. I don't buy instant fundeds. You don't take the setup? My setup is not here. I've been trading for nearly a year now. I want to get a mentor. Do you think it's worth it? Depends what you need to work on. Some people are at the stage where all they need is accountability and just a reminder to, keep working. Some people need a model. Some people need to learn how to read price. What is stage 2? 2-stage SMT? I don't know what that is. Do you expect any payout recently? Last month. Probably tax ASL and crazy rules. Huh? Do you take the wild profit from the profit and start a new eval? Exactly. It's exactly what I do, yeah. Once I get a payout, I get more evals. Do you prefer Top Step or Alpha futures? I prefer Alpha, but Top Step is close. Top Step's my number 2. Alpha's just too easy. Well, so I'm not going to say too easy, but easier. All right, 6 more minutes. Pretty much last hope for a long here towards Asia or the buy side there. We waited all this time distortion. I've seen this many times. I don't know if it's going to give me the setup, but if it does, I will take it. We have a 30-minute below us as well, so. You blew an account in this price action. It happens, bro. You know what? You know what's unfortunate? Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I feel like a lot of you guys are probably more profitable than you think. You just never give yourself the chance to actually prove it to yourself. Because you always, you get days like this where you're like, you just keep trading. Or you get days, like this where you keep trading. Or some days you lose and you're like, I'm just going to risk more or go on tilt. Or you're just risking too much, or over trading. Bro, give yourself the chance. What if you're profitable, man? Don't you want to find out? Don't you want to find out that, maybe if I did it the right way, it would actually work? At least give yourself the benefit of the doubt to try. You put in all this work and you don't even, take advantage of it. How does taxes work with payouts? I live in Canada, so I have to report my taxes at the end of the year. How do you take profits on Top Step when they only allow 50%? You request half the amount of your account if you want to take the most you can take out. Overtrading is the easiest problem to avoid. I overtrade like a mug. What? Like a mug? What's a mug? How does a mug overtrade? Should we take any trades right now? It's so choppy. You should know what you're looking for. And that's another thing, bro. I can tell by the questions you guys ask me. For those of you who are trading live, you do not know what you're looking for. You're looking for everything and nothing at the same time. Oh, do I wait this or do I trade this? You should know these answers, man. It's your model. If you don't know, then you got more studying to do. You should know exactly what you're looking for. Ever since, look, as soon as 9:33 printed, I knew exactly what I was going to wait for the entire time. It didn't form here. As soon as 10 a.m. printed, I knew exactly what I was going to wait for the entire time. And I've been waiting. I'm just sitting here waiting for it to form. And if it forms, I'll take it. If not, I won't take it. And that's it. There's no, oh, do I trade this? Oh, do I? No, I already know. This is what you do before you trade. You don't want to have to ask those questions in live market. You know, those are decisions you decide before. I think I saw you at Ridgeway Plaza eating some samak or some shit. Was that you? Nah, but I do want to try samak. What's your most expensive thing you bought from trading? Believe it or not, the most expensive thing I've ever bought from trading was a $1,500 exhaust. And I low-key regret it. But I'll never forget my first purchase. Feels like I'm shopping at Walmart with this PA. Yeah, it's pretty slow. But 1050 is coming. 1050 in a dream. Switch to PM session? No. What car? I have a 2008 Lexus. It's nothing crazy, but I had like one of my exhaust tips fell off. I don't have a crazy car. It's just a 2008 Lexus. But I had my exhaust tip fell off. Just the tip. I could have replaced it for like 40 bucks. 40 bucks I could have replaced it. But I said, fuck it. I'm gonna buy I had just gotten a payout, my first one. So I was like, fuck it. I'm buying a full exhaust. Yeah, that was probably stupid. I probably should have just got more accounts. But to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I blew so many accounts after that first payout. So I think it's worth it because I would have lost all that money anyways. I mean, maybe in hindsight, it could have sped up my process a little bit. But I mean, if we're being realistic here, that money probably would have just went down the drain because I still wasn't, and I'm not perfectly where I want to be psychology, but I am a lot better than I was. Back then, I was over trading. You know? I was over trading. So, realistically, what probably would have happened if I didn't make that purchase is I would have used that entire prop firm on like spamming evals until I got lucky or something, if I'm being honest, bro. $1,500 exhaust. Yeah, I mean, with installation, and obviously you have to be ordered and stuff. I got a Megan Racing Axleback. I mean, yeah, it's $1,000 now. So yeah. So honestly, it wasn't bad. Is it loud? It's not like loud. It's like not bad. It's not like it doesn't pop, but it's like it like grumbles. You know, it's like that low. I like that low loudness. Like it grumbles. Corsa Extreme. I don't know what that is, but sounds nice, bro. Extreme 5.0. Why not FTMO or Alpha? I use Alpha futures. I trade futures, not Forex. Remember this? Consolidation of the markets, foundation, have a retracement. Yeah, I mean, it would be consolidation, expansion, reversal. That's what I'm looking for. 1030 power 3, going into 1050 macro. We'll see if we get it. I've been pretty patient. What career did you do in college? I have a degree. It's pretty much exercise science is what it is. I have a degree in exercise science. And it's not bad. To be honest, I didn't learn much. The only thing I really learned from college was that I didn't want to do any more school, and I was for sure gonna do trading. You know, so I guess at some point it was kind of worth it. That was your first purchase too. That's crazy, bro. Mark the 10 a.m. open line. Now I'm just gonna use it 10:30. It's close enough. 10 a.m. right there. Midnight open 10. They're all stacked, so it doesn't even matter. In fact, we don't even need 10:30. What got you into trading? Who got you into trading? It was just my own desire. Not anyone actually. Would you work to use 9 to 5? Of course. How can you trade if you have no money to start? Why did you not pursue finance or investment banking if you knew you want to be a trader? Yeah, the whole point is to not do a job because I want to choose how much I make. You know, I don't want to be restrained by a salary. I don't want to be capped. Can you avoid taxes through crypto? No, I can't. At least maybe you. If there's some offshore prop firm that's sketchy. How did you fit trading in with having a job? Oh, I didn't have a job while trading. Well, no, I guess I did. Kind of. I worked in the evenings, afternoon and evenings. I would trade during class, if I'm being honest. My first 5-6 months of trading, all in class. It was all in class. I would, if my class started at like 11, I would go to class early, just sit there on my laptop and trade because I couldn't do it at home. I'd have to leave. If class started at 9, then I would just have to suck it up, or I would just tape read in class, keep it open. School's always been really easy for me, so I didn't have to put in much effort, if I'm being honest. I could just kind of show up to the exam and get good grades and pass everything. And in my mindset in school, I was just looking to pass. I knew I wasn't gonna do more school, so I did not care if I got a 61. I just had to get 60 to pass. I ended up getting like 80s, some 90s, just because I'm gonna be honest, like school's always been really easy for me. But I did the bare minimum in school, like the bare minimum. I showed up to like maybe half the classes. How do your parents feel about you trading? I mean, they were hating for like the first year and a half, but hasn't been too bad this year so far. I showed them, because I showed my parents what I like made in the stock market, but they still hate him, bro. To be honest, they're probably always gonna hate. All right, it's 10:50 macro. No trades for me yet. Call us out in the back. Didn't pay attention to all the trade. Yeah, I feel you, bro. 9:30 is the first vintage of 9. Nope. I mean, if you want to follow ICT's most newest lecture, up to date, I guess, you can use this. Yes, it is correct. But it's not mine. And I don't care what ICT says now, because I've done my own due diligence. I've studied the first fair value gap in regular trading hours as my first presentation. So I'm going to keep using it. Did you get consistent payouts? What do you mean consistent? It's pretty scattered. It's not like every month. I don't get a payout every single month. Some months good, some months bad. But this is the best I've ever been trading, so. If we could just, this is a tight consolidation, man. If we engineer this high, if we could just come and take out the sell side here, that would be great. And this is also the 15, and it doesn't look like it's gonna form, bro. ES looks good. How your parents didn't get mad you didn't went to college? I would just tell them like, oh, I don't have class today. I don't have class today, whatever. I don't tell them. I try not to tell my parents much, bro. You need to create an agency or company or something in Canada to trade legally. Nope, I don't need to do that. Already take buy side and sell side, and boom, people stay high. Yeah, pretty much, bro. What's your thesis for today? You're kind of late, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You're kind of late to the stream. You gotta come earlier next time. I'm in long and see what happens. Good luck, bro. Bearish SMT. What is 1050 macro? 1050 macro. It's macro, bro. You should, if you want to learn about macros, watch my YouTube video on it. Very important tool. Very simple and very important. Bro, it's literally me. I haven't gotten a job now. I haven't gotten a job now. I can choose when to work. What time interval do you think would be the best for trading? Whatever session you want to trade. I wouldn't build your trading around your life. I wouldn't build your life around trading. Right? Build your trading around your life. Don't let trading control your entire life. If you work 9 to 5, well, honestly, that's kind of fucked. You have to trade Asia, I guess. You don't really have another choice. Or you swing trade. You got to swing trade then, That's it. You got one trade a week, one shot, one kill model, weekly power 3. There you go. That's what you got to do. If that's what your schedule allows you, you got to work with what your life is. But don't change your life to mimic your trading, right? Unless you're doing it full time, So focus on your life first. Yes, but I can work after AM or just early. Oh, you can choose? It's up to you, bro. Whatever session you want. I mean, I think morning session has the best consistent price action. Obviously, sometimes pre-market's better. Sometimes London's better. Sometimes Asia better. But for the most of the time, New York session is the best. It's the most clear. You have overnight information to play off of. You have opening range gap to play off of. A lot of key things that help you gauge where it's going to go. So in my opinion, 9:30 to 11 is like the most consistent price action. I'm working a full-time job 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Did not take a morning shift because I want to... yeah, there you go, bro. I appreciate your time every day to stream. Appreciate you, bro. You consider swing trading easier than day trading? I do think it's easier, yes. Your win rate should increase. You have way more information in terms of where it's going to go. No trades for me yet. It looks like we may not get one. It's like the macro will deliver the highs and we're going to have to sit it out. 362. Yeah. Maybe. But 487. You want to talk about smooth highs? 487. I'll have in Europe. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to sit out. Just did not really want to come back. There is an SMT 1049 we could have entered. Just not what I wanted to see though. There's Asia highs. Yep, ES was really clean. ES was really clean. Very nice. Yep, ES was very clean. $10.50 macro delivers Asia high off the SMT. See the aspect of time here, how important it is. Understanding this distortion. Very important. You got to know when your model is more likely to form, right? Or when it's going to be higher probability. But for me, I just don't like this. The risk reward is not good enough. Like you could have taken on ES. Yeah, it's true. The CISD from the 15. Just a little bit too skeptical here on NQ. I was just too skeptical. The CISD on NQ. Yeah, I guess would have been. No, this didn't. Yeah, I took out a low, so it would have been this candle as well. Good shit, Ryan. Really good shit, Ryan. All-time high Bitcoin. I'm gonna take the stock market. Better be pumping. Finally, Nvidia's green. AMD is green. Google's up $7. 4% in one day. Shit. I'll have to study this because Google was actually my number 3 buy. Holy, yeah, the deep discount on Google. I was gonna do Google instead of AMD, but well, boys, there you go. Probably it. There is a macro 1150 to 1210, yes, but lunch. Good. Google making my portfolio green. That's my main hold. There you go, bro. Nice. Nice, bro. You bought Google. Yeah. Do you trade long-term investment using ICT? Similar, kinda, but it's the trade management that makes it really nice, I guess you can say. But let's check how much we're up. Bro, finally. AIM Futures accepted me. Bro, you know how many times I had to verify my shit? Hold on, let me double check that it actually went through. I'm trying to suss this message they sent me. Finally trade my live again. Finally, bro. What's the leverage like with them? Hmm. Like the margin requirements and such. Yeah, I don't need maintenance. Oh, you only need Yo, $40 for a micro ES, $100 for a micro E mini. I mean, micro NQ. Nice. 2,455 for maintenance. So yeah, I mean, you want to keep in that maintenance just in case you want to hold it overnight. Otherwise, you have to day trade it. Cool, cool, cool. All right, last idea for a long. I'll take an inversion out of here if we get it. Targeting that 21487. But I don't think we're gonna get it, to be honest. But we'll see. You know, realistically, I should probably be more aggressive on an eval instead of waiting for like an A plus trade every time. Just gotta get rid of this account, you know. Plus, I'm scared. 50K top. 50K top step, bro. It's cheaper. Realistically, 50K alpha though. If I'm being honest, if you had to pick, but I would do the 50K top step between those two. It's cheaper and it's good. Top step's good. The activation fee. Yes, true. The activation fee makes a difference, but you're more. I mean, I guess it depends, but it depends how many attempts you think you're gonna pass in. You don't want to be blowing like 2 or 3 My Fund of Future Starter Plus. It's gonna be painful. It's not even funded. Um, you know. I mean, pretty uneventful day. You had to take 1049. I probably should have taken 1049. This is a market maker buy amount. Yes, it is. Oh, leave it. Yeah, Ryan, what account are you on? I would leave it. Yeah, very nice read. Very nice read. But nothing for me, unfortunately. Use market maker models. It's not the lens I view the market in, but I know what a market maker model is. I understand the stages, when it's likely to form, when it's likely to happen. Um, Long on ES, nice. Nice, Ryan. Nice, yeah. Very good stuff, bro. Am I being ambitious? No, I think it's valid. You might have to hold it for some time, though. You're gonna take it long? No, it's too late now. All my levels have been hit, and I don't really feel like I missed anything. And this is not bad. 1049 or 1051. Um, it's not bad, but I don't feel like I missed anything, to be honest. Very nice move in the stock market too. Let me check my stock positions. Did the 4-hour version affect your bias at all? No, I don't. I pretty much never look at stuff like that. 1038 CISD. It's a little bit early. Does it meet my criteria? Yeah, it does, but it's a low probability entry model for me. We're up 1% on the day. It's not even much. Ideally, if it's 1038, you don't see anything, I like to wait for the 1050 macro. Oh, looks very clean. Very nice, yeah. Very predictable move. Wasn't able to capture any of it, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to capture it every single day. I think we can trade up into previous day's high. I think we can also trade up into this daily SIBI. And I know exactly what's going to be in my review. It's going to be this setup right here in the 1050 macro, right? It's going to be the setup. View the S&T on ES. That's going to be what's in my journal. Yeah, honestly, quite excited. I can finally trade live again. So it's nice. Wait, so how could you have entered that right now? 1049. As soon as that candle closes, that's your entry. I'm not sure yet, Ryan, to be honest. I'll have to see. I have both of my live funds in my stock account. Um, that's where I put most of my money. When do I think dollar will regain some strength? I don't know, bro. But I think NQ goes all-time highs. Yep, equal highs. Right there, 487. Very nice. Gotta be, oh. Very nice run. Very nice run. Yep, 6s are set up on ES. See how it speeds up. Very nice. Very nice. Very predictable in my opinion. Hard to capture, but I like this price action. Very, very predictable. Possible shorts. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, definitely hindsight now, but that first protraction was crazy indeed. Yeah, how many deviations did it give us? All the way to -5. Yeah, it was. Why? It's just too much. If you're gonna look at like higher time frame inversions, then you're gonna be like marking out every fair. I just use Power 3. I look at the opening price. I look at manipulation above or below, whether I'm bullish or bearish. Very simple. Very, very simple. Relative equal highs and lows, session highs and lows. Um, my bias is primarily driven by the daily chart. If I took this, what I hold, 100%, 100%. Nope, not on a trade. I missed it, unfortunately. But it's a good day to journal. Everything we wanted in the daily outlook played out. Um, I will say one thing: a very good day to study. My eval hurting to see his long help. That's good. May 21st, 2025. MNO stands for midnight opening price. I didn't take the long, unfortunately. We missed it. I just risked on one trade. Trade my stop and got stopped, but later hit my TP. I don't know if I did the correct thing because I entered at 10:02. Didn't wait for 10:50 macro. You just gotta know where you're supposed to trail your stop. So if it was me, I only trail my stop on a protraction model. So it would have been here, I guess. But then if I saw the 15, I probably would have dropped it. You just gotta know where you can trade your stop. My girl just set to full port and stop trying to save my account from drawdown. Little does she know, my aim is 15 winning days of 200. There you go, bro. It's never too late. What was I looking for? I really wanted to see these lows get taken. That's it. Exactly what happened here, just after these lows. Yeah, we had an SMT, but I could have taken it. Maybe if I was more focused on ES. But I was just a little bit too skeptical because while ES did give a CISD down here, I'm skeptical in this. Like when I saw it, this is what I saw. I saw we're gonna put an SMT here, and we have the bearish fair value gap here. So I thought maybe there was still a chance that we'd come down and take these lows. So I wanted to be patient for that. But it didn't, Where my entry would have been. My model formed 1049. This would have been the entry. 1049 close. And then you target whatever the Asia previous day high or whatever. Yeah, there is a CISD. The CISD would be right here. To the left. It would be right here. This is your CISD. Taking out that low. A little bit cleaner on ES if you see. So on ES, if you look at my right monitor, this is your bullish order block. Resting inside the fair value gap. The reason I didn't take it is, like I said, to me, I thought there was a really good chance we take out these lows. And because ES disrespected this city, I mean, at this time, 1050, it hadn't inversed. Obviously, 1052, it inverses. Could have taken it there, but at that point, we have an SMT here. It's just not everything was aligning. So maybe it was hesitant, but I don't feel like I really missed anything, to be honest. Right? I was waiting for these lows to get taken. They didn't get taken. It just consolidated and expanded higher. We do have an SMT, but in my opinion, there was still a decent chance that this came out and took this low. So I really wanted to wait for that. It's also a 10 a.m. idea. So that's all. Not a big deal. Not gonna be perfect every day. Guess I can see more shares or it's wrong. My shoulder is no, we're not probably think I did shoulder press wrong. Shoulder, bro. It's always the shoulder, bro. It's always the shoulder. What were you looking for on your entry? Yeah, it wasn't the entry. The entry model presented itself. I just wanted to see these lows taken first. I'm trading from Canada. Institutions cooked sellers today. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If you went short today, unless you truly followed your model and you know for a fact, ignore what I'm about to say. But if you went short, you probably need to reevaluate because you're trying to catch the top in a very bullish market, and there wasn't really any significant criteria for a short. You know, you were probably, if you were shorting, you were probably doing something like this, right? You saw the potential P&L here. You were like, wow, this is gonna be a banger 3R 4R trade. Nah, you're trying to pick a top. You can't go short just because we took out a high or just because there's SMT. There's more stuff to it than just that, you know? So, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you know, everything in your model was there and you were bearish, in which case ignore what I just said. But all I'm going to say is I used to take shorts like this all the time and I would always lose. I would always lose every time. You just need to understand it's not always going to be a reversal. You can't just every single time liquidity is taken, you can look for a reversal. That's not how it works. This is what happened. I went short, I'm down. Yeah. And it affects your mental too, you know? How do you define buys? 3 things. Very simple. Drawn liquidity, order flow, weekly power of 3. That's for daily buys. When I post my full plan, you'll see it. Would you say there's no more reason to look for trades PM session? You could look for a continuation idea. It depends how high we go. If we get previous days high or not. If we get the CB or not. I shorted even though I was bullish. There you go. You already know. Read my last message. Was the candle NQ that took the man little for SMT SCI? What time? 10:47? This candle right here? So I'm done for the day. Just call it. There you go, bro. Enjoy it. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Garrett. Since I didn't catch anything, if we can get a retracement here in lunch, then we get a continuation in PM. Classic day, maybe. Would be nice. A little bit before. This one, 10:37. Technically, yeah, this is a CISD. It is true. We just gotta look at ES and stuff. A little bit of red flag, so we get the SMT at that low. ES has equal lows right there. 4 sets of equal lows, actually, if you look at ES right there. So, is it a CISD? Yeah, it's fine. You could have taken it. It's your first CISD. But then again, this is also a CISD. This is also a CISD. It's really red flag. You have to wait on time here, you know? So, if you took every single CISD that formed in this consolidation, you probably lost 1 or 2. Yeah, the trade on the ES was really clean. I don't know if it's a hindsight thing though. I still feel like it could have went lower. But I guess once ES takes this low, you know it's not gonna go any lower, right? At that point, if it goes any lower than that, it's just simply not a long. Only took it because it took those lows. There you go, bro. Do you have to get 5 winning days again after you take a payout? Yes. You looking for short? Absolutely not. I'm gonna make some breakfast though. Anyways, appreciate everyone coming through. We didn't manage to catch a trade today, but we managed to call out everything very nicely live. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Simply can't complain. Stock market's pumping. Our positions are pumping slowly but surely. Google up another 2% since, or I guess 1.6%. Google up another 1.6% since I said anything. Damn. Nope, no trades for me today. See you in the Discord. See you, brother. Yeah, you can't be mad. Yeah, you can't be mad. You can't say, oh, it didn't give me anything. It gave it to you. 1050 macro, took out the low, the SMT's there. You know, you just have to trust it. That's all. You just have to trust it. And if it's hard to trust, it's just a mistrade, you know? For me, it was just hard to trust. That's all. It was just a little bit too hard to trust. For me. But, maybe I should have trusted it. Below New York Kill Zone, below Midnight Open, discount. It's a good trade, man. It's a good trade. You just have to trust it. That's all. But I'm not gonna cry over it or anything, You wanna cry? Why do you wanna cry, bro? Who's winning today? Is who's home? Is it New York? Google and Nvidia went crazy. Nvidia, I want more, bro. It's only 1%. I'm trying to get some like 5% gains on Nvidia. How did I miss that? You can't be mad if you missed it, bro. Yeah, probably me too, Garrett. All week getting chopped and not so long. It didn't take it because of chop PA. That's the market, bro. But remember, you don't have to win every day. You just have to survive, right? You just have to be here when it's clean and you can trust it. That's all you got to do. Do you sell your stocks? I swing trade them. I don't hold them forever. I'm not going to hold until retirement. I don't have a long-term portfolio yet. I'm just making. I'm in and out. I try to time it by quarter usually. No trade for me today. No better driving factor in the life and data mind that I. There you go, bro. Google conference. Yeah, I heard there's some Google conference. I don't know if they want to talk about NVIDIA in that conference or something, but that'd be great. As long as previous day's high is a very good target, so I'll leave that up. So I'll tell you guys my plan going for lunch or PM session. If we get a retracement, previous day's high, and this daily SIBI. That's what I'm looking for. If we can get it, I don't mind taking another long today, but I'm not gonna stay here on stream the entire day. Asia highs on ES, right? These equal highs and Asia high on ES. That's what ES could reach for if NQ reaches. Do you invest? No, I don't invest in Bitcoin now. Just stocks. I don't believe in crypto personally, bro. That's just me. I was stuck in the 130s, 40s for so. Stuck in the 130s, 40s. Why I didn't cast a long? I just didn't trust it when it formed. Not sure what you're saying, bro. But anyways, I'm gonna head out. Appreciate everyone coming through. I'm gonna go make some breakfast. I'll see you guys live again tomorrow. We'll do the exact same thing. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a trade. Maybe not, but we'll see. And yeah, simple stuff, man. I'll let you guys know if I take that trade during lunch or PM session. These will be my targets. Previous day's high. I really like these sort of equal highs left on the daily. So like here and here, I'll just leave it low hanging fruit. And then the daily SIBI. And if we get really, really bullish, I wouldn't be surprised. But like, I don't know. It's possible tomorrow we just get really clearly bullish price action inverting this. I don't know for sure. We'll see how today closes, but I think it's possible. And then we keep Monday's low intact. So appreciate everyone coming through. I'll see you guys.